the last 10 games that we've had, and that's I know the media perception and the fan perception and what this game means, but for us, it's just week 11 for us.
Last 4 games you guys played, I think they've been all one-score games. Why is it that you two? I mean, we know that two good teams play, but why do these two teams play such close games?
I think, it's you look at their squad, their roster, the sustained success that they've had. Obviously, I think it starts top down with them, their head coach, their quarterback, their defensive coordinator, guys that are all really, really dang good at what they do. Anytime you're going against a quarterback like Pat, you got to make sure that on the offensive side of the ball, you're doing everything right. So, again, that's all we're trying to do is just have a good week of practice and then just try to go out there and execute against a really good defense on Sunday.
Normalcy during a week like this. How do you see that? Like, why is it important to have kind of this normality?
I mean, just continuing to trust the process, not changing anything, because there's no need to. What we're doing in-house here, the way that we're practicing, the way that we're talking to each other, we're just going to keep trusting that. It's gotten us to 8-2 thus far. We're always looking to improve and get better, but, we're not going to try to change everything we're doing for, another game.
Josh, earlier in your career, you faced a quarterback who's did you almost try to keep up with him, maybe force things, whereas now you've learned patience and discipline?
Yeah, I mean, again, I'm just trying to execute the offense at the highest potential that I can and trusting what Joe's calling and going out there with the other 10 guys on the field and trusting them and just trying to put our best foot forward.
Get Matt back on the practice field, different side of the ball, but what does that mean for your team? Do you feel that boost in the locker room?
Absolutely. Can't commend him enough for how he's handled the situation, the type of leader that he's been inside our locker room. Obviously, he's been traveling on away trips and staying in the ears of guys. And, to have that type of veteran leadership, again, for a guy that's been through quite a bit the last couple of years injury-wise. And never has he put his head down or said, poor me. He's continued to work extremely hard. I'm very excited for his return because he deserves it.
What stands out about Steve Spagnuolo's defensive style, and is this a harder week for you, pass protection preparation?
Yeah, I mean, I think they do a great job of switching the looks that they're giving. Obviously, we know about Chris Jones. He's a game wrecker, one of the best, if not the best, interior D lineman in the game right now. You pair that up with some of their DBs and linebackers. They're flying all over the field. They got guys that are really gap sound in the run game as well. So, again, we're going to have our hands full. It's a very good unit that we're about to face. And we're just, just trying to have a good week of practice and go out there and execute on Sunday. I mean, yeah, you call certain plays sometimes to try to entice them to bring something. And that's just, I guess, game planning 101. And I think Joe's been doing a good job of that this year. And, still early in the week, it's Wednesday. Haven't gotten to third downs, haven't gotten to red zone or anything like that yet. And that'll be later today in the next couple of days. So, again, just trusting what we're seeing, trusting our base rules. When you play a team that does so many different things and they do it well, you have to kind of rely on what you did in training camp and trusting your base rules. And, you have to remember a lot of things around the football field, from O-line to receivers to tight ends to running backs to me, and making sure we're on point with our calls. And, again, just making sure we're all on the same page.
You always bumping other players in the offseason. You bumped it up Mahomes
This offseason I didn't. No. Actually, we saw each other quick spot golfing. He usually plays in that American Century golf tournament in Tahoe every year. He didn't do it this year, but got to see Trav. So we've spent a few days around each other in the last few off seasons. Got so much respect for both those guys, but Pat, especially the way he handles himself off the field, and we all know what type of player he is when he's on the field. So he's one of the great ones.
What do you say if you look at your numbers in head-to-head meetings between you and Patrick? They're virtually the same. What is that? I mean, they're very good. What does that say about the two? Maybe.
Well, I know we haven't beat them in the playoffs, so that's it's the only thing that kind of matters.
Josh, you said take it as every other game's the same, all the same. 7 years in the league, that would seem to be easier to think that way and do that way. Did you have to learn that in this league, and did people help you to say, hey, this game is like every other game, no matter who you were meeting or who you were playing?
It's just when you come out from college, used to be, I guess, every game mattered in college. I didn't go to a big school, so that didn't really matter to me. So I guess I was ahead of the curve. But typically when guys come out of college and they get here and every game is the biggest game, and which is the way that we approach it. Every game is the biggest game because it's the next one. But again, times to press, times not to press. Knowing when to do that obviously was a learned trait, and being able to see that from guys in front of me, whether it was Derek Anderson or learning from vets, Kyle Williams, Micah Hyde, Jordan Poyer, things of that guys of that nature who've been in this league for a long time and have played at a high level. So again, just talking and trusting what they're saying and what they're talking about. And then again, just, relying on the leadership with Coach McDermott and our offensive coordinators.
Now you're one of those guys. How much does that have to be with the young? Because you got some young guys that have not been through a game while they're all the same that's getting this much attention playing the Super Bowl champs. Do you have to, and the other vets, have to relay that to those players, or do you think they know it?
I think they get the sense of how our locker room operates and the guys that we have in there. Again, I think got a lot of young guys that are very smart, and they see what's going on in front of them. So don't have to worry too much about it, but it's not the worst thing to give them a friendly reminder.
You mentioned Micah. Have you talked to him this season at all? Checking in with him and his thoughts on you guys?
I've talked to them a little bit, checked in with them a little bit. Love that guy, and I don't know what you want me to say there, but
just kind of like, he was such a big part of things for so long. He said the only team you come back to play for is the Bills. Just checking in and that's kind of out there. You might come back eventually.
Yeah, that would be great, but depending on, I don't know what you want me to say. I don't have any thoughts or ways about it. I think our guys are, especially on the defensive side of the ball, are playing really fantastic football right now. But if there was an opportunity that arose to have them back, I think everybody in this locker room would welcome with open arms.
What do you like about what Matt Collins has done in another good game against Indianapolis?
Yeah, I've said this for a while. He's kind of the unsung hero of this offense. The mentality that he has, goes in there and blocks for receivers. He blocks for running backs. He's going there and blocking linebackers, safeties, corners, doing whatever he's asked to do. And then when the ball's been going his way, he's been catching it. And we're just we're happy to have him. Very fortunate to play with a guy like that. He's got so much juice and so much energy, and it's infectious for our entire team.
What makes Kansas City's run defense so good?
Well, again, I think they're smart football players. I think Spags dials up really good pressures in run situations. But I guess, it comes down to the Jimmies and Joes, the guys that they got in that front and their linebacker core. They play extremely hard. They play to the whistle. It's a very, very well-coached group. Oh, he's been fantastic. And we've known this for a long time. We've got the best star in the league, and he proves it each and every day at practice, the way he communicates with the defense. But again, he's just a guy that's always been consistent. We've been here together for our entire careers. So again, very fortunate to play with a guy like him. And he's a great guy. He really is. I think off the field that guys can feel that, the love that he has for his teammates. He's always a joy to be around.
When it comes to adaptability and your adaptability to what is presented and what your offense's strengths and weaknesses are, how would you assess that this season so far?
Yeah, I think still would like to complete the ball at a higher percentage. Turned it over the last couple of games a few too many times. But again, sitting here at 8-2, trying not to get complacent with just that record, and we're trying to focus more on the process than the results. And there's things that we're doing each and every week trying to improve, whether it's how I'm throwing the ball mechanically, where I'm putting the ball for our receivers, watching as much film as possible so I can have really good communication and conversations with Joe and RC, and just try to make sure that our offense is running at a high level.
Is there any moment as maybe once you're there, the game, like the magnitude of games like this, and what you want to get up to end.
Yeah, I mean, I think again, to be mentioned with him, obviously he's a 3-time Super Bowl winner, multiple-time MVP. Plays the game at such a high level. Does some of the things that you don't see anybody else do. So to be mentioned with him is very cool from the football aspect of it. But I don't really get caught up in that too much. I just try to focus what I can do for the Buffalo Bills. Hey guys.
Recommendations for him?
Nah, he does a good job.
Sat through the whole thing.
Yeah.
Congrats on the AFC Defensive Player of the Week. How did you find out?
I found out in the team meeting. But yeah, it's a blessing. I'm just thankful for the opportunity to continue to play with these boys and just want to keep progressing.
Considering some of your other accolades, I was surprised it was your first one of the week. What
Yeah.
does it mean just to finally, you've had other honors, but what does this one mean?
I mean, it means a lot, I guess. I'm happy that I got it, but at the same time, I know it's just award for the week, and we got a game this week that I'm focused on, that we're focused on. So just making sure that that's the main focus.
Kenny Moore's a really good.
Mhm.
You
Yeah.
You made a great play. You made a good play.
Mhm.
Are you friends with him at all? Do you chat with him?
Yeah. We talked after the game, and we talk on social media a bit. I mean, he's been playing at a high level for a while. I think he's been in the league for 8 years, but he's been playing at a high level for a while, and I've been watching him my entire career. So it's just exciting to have another player like that on the other side of the field.
Travis Kelce is at the top of the 2 or 3 in the league. And
Yeah.
receptions now, just kind of, you're very familiar with it.
Mhm.
But, how do you view the challenge of trying to hold him down?
I mean, he's a very, very good player. When you got he's been playing with Patrick Mahomes for a while, and their chemistry is undeniable. So just making sure that we can affect that chemistry, you know what I'm saying, with either the rush or how we're playing Kelsey, just making sure that we could disrupt that.
Sarah, the narrative a lot about Kelsey is he's always open.
Mhm.
The perception is he's always open.
Yeah.
And people watch and they can't quite put into words how he does it.
Mhm.
Do you, I'm going to say look at it that way,
Yeah.
but how do you look at it when you see the way he does, with all the attention he
Yeah.
gets, seem to find places to get the ball?
His brain, I would definitely say that. I mean, he's such a smart player, and he knows angles and really good with leverage. So if you're playing a certain leverage on him, he's gonna get off of that, go the opposite way. And I feel like Patrick Mahomes is just on the same page with him. Obviously, they spend so much time together, you know. So I just feel like that's probably the biggest thing, is how smart of a player he is, how smart Patrick is, and them being on the same page.
I'm not asking you to rate the two, like Josh and Patrick, but having played against one and practiced against the other,
Mhm.
how do they stack up or like compare?
Honestly, they're very similar. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, they can make both quarterbacks can make any throw, but also they can extend plays, and that's, as you can see, it's very hard on defenses, and they're both hard to get down. Both have running ability, can get out the pocket and make plays with their feet. So, I mean, it's a lot of similarities there. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what makes them so effective.
And you heard me ask Josh about how he's adapted to things this year.
Hmm.
From what you've seen in practice and from what you've seen from your perspective, how have you seen him adapt this year more so than maybe others?
I feel like with who's ever been around him, like we've dealt with a lot of injuries, and he's just adapting to who's on the field and what weapons he has this week or that week, and he just makes the right plays. And as you can see, he does a good job of taking care of the ball as well. You know, just being smart with the football, and when he sees his opportunities, he takes them.
How does DeAndre Hopkins change what the Chiefs tried to do on offense? He looks like he's a lot more involved the last
Mhm.
couple of weeks.
I mean, obviously, his catching ability is tremendous. I mean, he's been a great player in the league for a very long time. Just making sure we have an awareness for him and being disruptive, whether that be on the line of scrimmage or the catching point.
We were talking to Josh just now and to Sean earlier today about the mindset for this week, how
Yeah.
just treating it like another week. What does that look like for you and the defense of, are you guys reminding each other that?
Mhm.
Like, how do you make sure that mindset kind of permeates everyone?
At least for me, I'd say that every week I try to prepare the best way I possibly can. So I'm gonna do that this week as well. You know what I'm saying? It's no difference. Each week I'm trying to do whatever I can, do whatever we can to win the game, whether that's Kansas City or whoever it is. You know what I'm saying? So this week it's just that same mentality, not doing nothing different, just having that same mindset of wanting to be the best prepared.
Do you remind younger guys of that? If maybe this is their first of these Bills KC meetings, like, do they need a reminder of, hey, just treat this like a normal game, or how does that happen?
Maybe a little bit, but like Josh was saying, I feel like we kind of have that demeanor about ourselves. You see that from the older guys, knowing that it's just another game on the schedule. So I feel like they see our demeanor. They know that we have a process, and we're sticking to that process every day.
What makes Kansas City's offense so good on third downs?
Man, I would say starting with the quarterback is just how one he can extend plays. That's huge. So you got to win 2 times. One, the first read, and then after he scrambles out there, then you got to win again. Whether that be stopping him from getting the first down or breaking up a pass. So he does that extremely well. Josh does it extremely well too. So I feel like that's a huge thing that makes him really good.
The Chiefs in the playoff game in January gave you guys a lot of problems running the ball on 12 personnel and
Yeah.
13 personnel. What do you think about that?
I just feel like we gotta do a better job stopping the run, and we're gonna do that.
I know you said prepare the same and keep everything like the same game.
Yeah.
When you go out there on the field, does a game like this, especially here, does it feel any different when you take the field? And do you allow yourself to embrace that a little bit? These are big moments while you still prepare the same way.
Yeah, I mean, the way Bills Mafia is, every time I'm out there, I always feel the energy. You know what I'm saying, regardless of who it is. So that being said, I don't think it's gonna feel any different. I've played Kansas City so much at this point. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like another game, and Bills Mafia is gonna be loud like they always are.
Last time you guys played them in the playoffs, you're without TB. What does
Mhm.
it mean that he'll be here for this game?
It's huge. I mean, he's a great player. He's a leader of our defense, and he's a playmaker. So it's huge. I'm excited that he gets to play with us this week.
What was it like for you seeing? I know Matt Milano still has a week
Mhm.
to go
Mhm.
this week, but just having him at practice today.
Oh, so encouraging. You know what I'm saying? I'm just happy he's back out there getting ready to practice, and yeah, it's gonna be a huge game when we get him back.
Sean mentioned how much having him back around just the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
While he wasn't even practicing.
Mhm.
What it's meant to you. Can you kind of put that into words? What it means to a guy that's been here from the beginning with all of you guys and have him now close to this personal moment?
Yeah, I mean, he's one of my closest friends on the team, so just having him around is huge for us. Like he's helping Dorian, he's helping TB, the linebackers, just get stuff done, and like being a coach out there. So it's just huge to have a guy like that, and I'm so excited to watch him play again.
Is he excited yet? Like, he's always kind of the same demeanor around us, very quiet. But like
Mhm.
today, was there any excitement from him getting back in the field?
Honestly, I see the excitement when he's walking around, he's talking about ball, like being out there, like he is excited. So I'm excited for him. Thank you guys. Yep.
Congrats again.
Thank you.
Yeah.